Hey there guys, I am sorry that I haven't been recording very much lately. I've been behind on posting videos. Pretty much what that comes down to, and why it's been like that, is, so first there was the issue that I had with the house. While I was helping my parents get the house ready to go, I could not record very much. And since I could not record very much, I couldn't get very many videos up for you guys. Right now we're in Illinois, and I know that I promised you guys I would be recording a lot more, but pretty much all that I'm doing right now is I'm spending all of my time either playing Skyrim or playing ranked League of Legends. And I don't want to record ranked because I know that I will not do very well and I will be losing LP for that game if I'm recording. That's just something that always happens. I get distracted by the recording, and then I don't play as well as I normally do. So, not going to be recording ranked. So, that leaves Skyrim as our option. So, the Skyrim videos got 1 view apiece, maybe 2. So, I want to play League of Legends and record that for you guys because that's what's getting the most views, but at the same time, I certainly don't want to play ranked League of Legends for you guys because it won't be the best gameplay that I can output, and I'll be losing LP for it, so, you know, makes sense. So, I'm probably going to be recording and posting Skyrim videos. I've got 3 characters running right now. A Khajiit unarmed build that's really fun, and it's honestly kinda hilarious to just punch your enemies in the face and then they die, and, you know, 1 punch, and most 1 punch and the weaker enemies just die. I am Saitama, but a cat. And then, my second build that I've got going is a Dunmer Illusionist, and that one is also really fun. Pretty much, sneak, walk up to him, sneak.
Oh, garbage?
Yeah, I'll get it in a minute, Dad.
This stuff?
Yeah.
Vacuum? No, you didn't vacuum?
I'll get it in a minute.
Trying. To you too.
Anyways, the second one is Dunmer Illusionist. Pretty much just use the Frenzy spell and watch as your enemies kill each other. It's kinda hilarious. And then the third one is Bosmer Wood Elf, Alchemist. So, that one is Sneak, Pickpocket, and Alchemy are my 3 main things. And Pickpocket, there is a perk in Pickpocket that allows me to, while I'm pickpocketing, slip poisons into my opponent's pockets, and then they'll be affected by the poison. So, I pretty much just slip a strong enough poison, or enough poison, into my opponent's pockets,
So did you want to do something about him?
and then they die.
Or is he okay with what he's got?
Or I slip a frenzy potion into their pockets, and then they die. Well, they don't die, they go around and run around and kill the other enemies for me.
But it sounds like he's doing his work thing now.
Like he's what?
Doing his recording. It's just becoming Brian's work, you know?
So,
Try not to disturb it.
Okay.
I could do a whole bunch more fun builds and just kind of like do one for YouTube and show you guys, hey, this build is fun and here's why it works, and then play it, do a gameplay of it. I've also got a couple more mods installed, like I used Nexus mods to get in there I Need, which is a mod kind of similar to Realistic Needs and Diseases, which is a more popular variant, but it's not as aggressive, should I say. Like, there are difficulty settings to make it far more aggressive than Realistic Needs and Diseases is, but it's, as it stands, it's not as aggressive of a mod with the settings that I've got.
Yeah.
Now, what I mean by that is it doesn't take over the game. Like, with Realistic Needs and Diseases installed, you are no longer playing Skyrim. You are playing Realistic Needs and Diseases with some Skyrim stuff, sometimes, maybe, when you get a chance. Between hunting for food and hunting and finding as much water as you can, and basically trying to make sure that you don't die from Realistic Needs and Diseases. And then another mod that I have installed is Hunterborn, which pretty much makes the hunting more realistic. It adds in several different functions and several different like alchemy ingredients. Like it's very useful for my alchemist build because I get like Eye of Wolf for Wolf's Eyes, and Wolf's Eyes basically allow me to Wolf's Eyes have on them several different new potion effects, as do Eye of Hare and Eye of Bear and all of that stuff. So those are all completely new potion ingredients that have on them completely new effects that aren't in the base Skyrim. Like one of them that Eye of Wolf has that I would like to find on something else but haven't yet is something called Night Eye, which is literally, it allows you to make potions that are literally the Khajiit Night Eye active effect that you get in base Skyrim, and because I'm using Imperious Races of Skyrim, I do not have access to that. However, in my perks mod, there's also an illusion perk that is also the Night Eye power. But I don't want to have to delve into illusion in order to gain access to that, which I think it's a level 30, 40 skill, something like that. I don't want to have to get level 30 or 40 illusion in order to get access to Night Eye, and why would I when I can get access to Night Eye potions that I can make? So, and there's a really, really hilarious perk that I want to try out at the end of the alchemy tree. At this point I'm just babbling. I don't even know why I'm just babbling, but I'm gonna keep babbling for a little bit.
Like to babble.
I do like to babble. Dad in the background. Anyways, the level 100 alchemy perk in my alchemy perks mod is honestly a little bit awesome and a little bit ridiculous. You take, I think it was, so upon picking up that perk, you will now take, I believe it was 150 points of damage per second. Ow, right? For the next 3 minutes. If you do not die, all of your poisons and potions that you make in the future are now 25% stronger, and you get 3 perk points. Now what I mean by that is the little perks to increase, the things that allow you to get the things that allow you to put points into your perks and get the buffs from the perks. Yeah, you get 3 of those for surviving that. That's essentially leveling you up 3 times. Although you do take 25,000 total damage over the 3 minutes. Like, a lot of health regen, and a lot of potions of ultimate healing are going to be your friends with surviving that. I'm honestly not sure how I would go about surviving that without just making a ton of the foods that give you regenerate X amount of health per second for the next tons of time. It's like 720 seconds, I think. So most of them are longer than 3 minutes. So you just make a bunch of those. Pretty much enough to get you to over 150 health per second. And the effects do stack from those. So then you eat all of them, and then you activate the perk. And then you don't care at all. Because you're not even taking damage. Like, you can go around doing whatever you want, and just not even, like, the effect might as well not even be happening because you're not taking any damage from it. Alright, I kind of got off track with what I was talking about. I was talking about Hunterborn, which was a new mob that I input. So, Hunterborn pretty much makes hunting more realistic. And it's not the actual, like, hunting that becomes more realistic, it's getting the stuff. So you go through an animation when you loot the bodies of animals. That is pretty much you field dressing the carcass, and you've got a few options there. You can field dress, you can pick it up, and then it becomes a very heavy item in your inventory. Like, if you're gonna go out hunting and you're going to actually, like, pick up the kills and bring them back to dress them back at your house, then you want to make sure that the only things in your inventory, the only things taking up carry weight, are what you are wearing and what you are killing them with. Hunterborn also and then you can also just manual loot, which takes you to the regular loot inventory. But I use manual loot only to get things that I would not get from the selections that I get after I clean, or just do the regular stuff that I do after I clean or field dress the carcass. And pretty much after that, after field dressing or cleaning, you've got the option of skinning, collecting ingredients, which gives you the potion ingredients, or butchering the meat, which that gives you a lot of meat, but it's all raw, meaning that you will get negative effects for eating it without either wearing the Ring of Namira or being a wood elf. Eating raw meat will be very bad for you with I need. It will make you lose health, stamina, and magicka, and it has a chance to give you a disease called stomach rot, which makes it so that until you clear it by going to a shrine or using a cure disease potion or something along those lines, until you clear it, all three of your effects that you get from I Need, food, water, and sleep, are 10%. Well, doing the things to satisfy those are 10% less effective. So pretty much eating becomes 10% less effective towards filling your hunger. Drinking becomes 10% less effective towards filling your thirst, and sleeping becomes 10% less effective for handling your exhaustion.
And nobody touched it.
Yep. Yep.
And then and then your third option, and then your final option when dealing with Hunterborn is to completely dispose of the body of the animal body, which pretty much just makes it no longer exist. Now, one thing that is kind of interesting with I Need is if you're playing as a Bosmer or you are wearing the Ring of Namira, then and you have the there's an option called cannibalism, which pretty much makes it so that Bosmer or those wearing the Ring of Namira can eat raw food without having any issues, and if they remove the chest armor of humanoid enemies, then they can choose to they can choose to pretty much collect from the humanoid enemies they're actually alchemy ingredients, human meat and human heart, and you can eat those to reduce get your hunger filled up, but I wouldn't recommend it because they are damage health alchemy ingredients, so they will damage your health. It's like drinking a poison, pretty much. So if you're going to use Hunterborn and I Need together, play a Bosmer or get the Ring of Namira, and then you get so much raw meat from butchering. Wow, I've been recording for almost 20 minutes already. Anyways, you get, for large animals, for wolves, for deer, and for bear, I get 20 raw meat a piece, and then for deer and bear it says the animal is too big, you take this amount right now and you leave the rest. I can get even more meat out of that. Now, I've never done a second butchering. I always just dispose right away, just because I don't need to be carrying that much 3-weight a piece meat on me. That's a lot of carry weight that I'm taking up just to carry some animal meat with me.
Okay, there. I'm hoping that'll get that stuff off.
And that'll last me quite a while. And those animals are very common. Wolves are one of the most common enemies in the game. And then the third mod that I have installed is a camera mod. People who have played Skyrim before will find it kind of weird at first. I really like it. It is a little bit weird at first, I will give it that, but once you get used to it, it's very nice. Pretty much what it does is it makes it so that you can get pretty much what it does is it makes it so that you can get not so that you can get so while you are basically it allows you to see your own body, and it keeps you in first-person mode if you are in first-person mode whenever you do something that would ordinarily force you into third-person mode. And it's just a little bit of immersion. Like, it's really nice seeing when you, say, go to a forge and you are just doing the forge animation, and it zooms out and goes into third person, and you're staring at your character's back, and it's not very interesting. This gets you right in there. Like, the camera is forced to stay in first person mode by it, and so you see through your character's eyes as your character is doing the forging animations, and it is very, very good. I like it a lot. And then the other thing that it allows you to do is it allows you to see your own body. So, in regular Skyrim and in a lot of RPGs, when you look straight down, where in real life you would see your body just looking straight down, you see nothing. Nothing is there. You are invisible to yourself unless you're in third person. Looking down in first person, you just see nothing. You see through your character. This makes it so that you see your character, you see your body, and it is very nice. And you also see, like, when you're doing the forging animations, it's the same thing. When you're doing the all the different animations that would normally force you into third person mode, and now you're sitting in first person, it's the same thing. So I like it. I like that mod a lot. Like, it took me a little bit to get used to it, but now that I've gotten used to it, I don't think I could play without it. And then the fourth mod that I have added using the Nexus is a mod called... oh, what was it called again? I forget. Hold on. Let's get Skyrim up on this thing. Data files. I've got... it's a cloaks mod. So pretty much what that one does is it adds in these giant, like, almost it adds in hoods, more hoods, which you can then craft with leather helmets to make them give you an armor rating. And it adds in, it's really just a cosmetic clothing thing, but I like it, it's pretty cool. And it also adds in these giant, like, Game of Thrones-esque cloaks. And it really just, like, it's not only you that can get these either. Like, guards will randomly spawn with them, bandits will randomly spawn with them. Just people walking around will have them at random, as long as they're an unnamed character. Now, what I mean by that is something like Whiterun Guard. All the Whiterun Guards are just named Whiterun Guard, Bandits, Forsworn, Thalmor. Pretty much, if it's not someone with a specific name, like Adriana Venici or Jarl Balgruf, then they can have these cloaks and these cloaks and these hoods on them. And another thing is they are enchantable.
For today, we start changing addresses.
Well, let's get this done, you know, it takes an hour.
Yep.
It's not even that bad.
No.
So, like, right now, on my Khajiit character, I'm wearing a Timberwolf cloak that I just, you know, I found it on some enemies. I really hope that the noise gate blocks the vacuum. Dad's running the vacuum right now. sorry about that if you can hear that, guys. So anyways, it adds, and I'm wearing this Timberwolf cloak. I don't particularly like how the Timberwolf cloak looks. I would like to get a Black Wolf skin cloak. My favorite one for the set is the Black Wolf skin cloak with the white trim, and the Black Wolf skin hood with the white trim. And those take a good amount of crafting and items to get, but once you get them, they look really, really nice. And so then, I just like how they look. However, for now I'm wearing the Timberwolf skin cloak because it has enchanted on it, resist magic. Like, I take 10% reduced magic damage because I'm wearing it. And it's really awesome that they're enchantable. And those cloaks are added in its own separate, completely unique item slot. Armor slot. So it adds in a 5th armor slot called Tail, which literally allows you to have 5 enchanted armor pieces, 6 if you are using a shield, and you just get their effects. And then with the twin, I think it's called Twin Stars, basically allows you to get 2 enchantments on your stuff. So now you're telling me that I'm allowed to have 2 enchantments on my armor, 2 enchantments on my pants, 2 enchantments, or not on my pants, 2 enchantments on my shoes, 2 enchantments on my helmet, 2 enchantments on my gloves, 2 enchantments on my cloak. Now, though these don't, the cloaks do count as clothing though, so they do not give an armor rating. But the bear ones are super expensive to sell. Like, there's a bear one that you can make that's like worth 300 gold base unenchanted, and that's really nice. But now with those two enchantments on my shield, and also 2 enchantments on my ring, 2 enchantments on my amulet. Those are all like armor buffing enchantments. So armor, boots, gloves, helmet, cloak, ring, amulet, shield. That is now 8 items. 8 items that you can put enchantments on, and they can be resist magic, or regenerate health, regenerate stamina. You can get, or fortify health, or, you know, resist certain types of magic. You can get yourself, like, I can get my unarmed Khajiit to have so much frost resistance that if you're using frost spells on me, I do not care. I don't take any damage at all. And I can also put on there a bunch of regenerate health or regenerate stamina on there. Don't know anyone in Constantia, New York. Yeah, sorry about that, my phone was ringing. Probably a wrong number, I just didn't even answer it. It's Constantia, New York, and like, what? I didn't even know that was a thing. Anyways, let's continue. Anyways, so now I've got 8 things that I can put on that I can have 8 different really nice enchantments on them, and it makes enchanting very worthwhile. I always try to get a high enchanting level, because even if you aren't going to use it for enchanting your items, to make your items stronger, which you should be doing, just because making your items better is really good, then I use it instead for enchanting stuff that I make to grind my smithing level to make them worth more gold to sell. And then that also grinds my enchanting level at the same time as my smithing level, like how I level up smithing, enchanting, and speech quickly all at the same time, all three. All three are very useful on all characters. I don't care. Like, speech gets you better prices, enchanting gets you stronger enchantments, and smithing gets you, better smithing. More improvements on your armor. Pretty much, I go for all three of those on any character, just because of how much outright stronger they are. How generally good they are. So, then, and how I do that is I smith a bunch of iron daggers, enchant them all with the highest gold enchantment, and you leave it, the base for when you're enchanting. When you're enchanting a weapon, there's a little slider thing where you can pretty much just, if you slide it to the left, then the enchantment will be weaker, but you'll have more charges, and if you slide it to the right, then the enchantment will be stronger, but will not last anywhere near to as long. If you leave it, the default is all the way to the right, so strong enchantment, but doesn't last, but the enchanting, but it doesn't last very long until you need to recharge it, then you get, then now you've got pretty much whatever you want. Then that's the most money that you'll get out of it. And then you just use your weakest soul gems in order to enchant, and the weaker soul gems will make them worth less money. That is true, it will make them worth less money than they would be worth using a stronger soul gem. But you want to save your stronger soul gems for your own stuff. You know, you want to save your stronger soul gems for that fully upgraded Daedric armor that you want. So then the next, and then you just go and sell them, and now they're a ton of items that give you pretty high smithing level and pretty high enchanting level for using, and then are pretty, and then are very nice to sell. Now there is a bug way to get your speech super high. I don't use the bug way. I don't like using the bug way. So this bug way is in Dawnstar, I think, the town by where you meet up with the Vermina guys, and the town where once you reach level 20, if you are a vampire, you can go to talk to the guy who can turn you back into a human. So when the Khajiit caravans are there, you can sell stuff to the Khajiit caravans, and that will increase your speech level. Now, using this method, you won't be getting gold for these items after they obviously run out of gold. But you will be able to sell all of your items to the Khajiit caravans, and then there's a certain spot where you can go. I haven't used the bugway. I refuse to use the bugway. I consider it to be cheating. There's a certain spot where you can go where there is a invisible chest that is pretty much where the game stores items that you sell to the Khajiit caravans. And it is in Dawnstar. And if you go there, then you can collect back all of your items from it, if you can find it. Find it, access its inventory, and now you can collect back all of your stuff that you just sold to the Khajiit caravans. Go back to the Khajiit caravans and sell them again. This is a great way to get your speech leveled up quickly, but it's a bug way and I don't like using it. I think it's kind of cheaty, but if you can find that chest, or do some more research on that and find the chest, then, you know, good for you. I'm going to call you a cheater, and, you know, for using that method to grind the speech levels. And I'm not going to use it myself. But yeah. Okay, I've been babbling for 40 minutes now. I think that this is enough babbling. Pretty much, I messed up the last time I did a group of recordings, and my microphone was turned off completely, and I had to figure out how to turn it back on. And now if I'm playing League, I'm likely playing Ranked in order to try to grind. I want to get gold by the end of the season. So, heads up, I'm going to be recording and playing Skyrim for you guys, or there won't be videos for a little while. So, that said, I'm going to go play Skyrim and record some Skyrim for you guys for the next couple of days. Actually, no, I won't do that right yet. I will give this video a few days, and I want you guys to tell me what build you want me to go for. I have several mods in place that make almost any build viable. So, do you want me to just do something basic, a heavy armor build, a heavy armor two-handed, pretty much, do you want me to do the True Nord build, heavy armor two-handed, heavy armor two-handed, and do the Companions quest line first, do not become a werewolf, I'm not allowed to use magic, have to play as a Nord, and I pretty much just, I do the Companions quest line for, Wuthrad, which gives bonus damage to elves, and then I go and take the fight to the Thalmor and join up with the Stormcloaks and just run around killing Thalmor. Like, if I see a Thalmor, a group of Thalmor, then I have to kill them. If I see a group of Imperials transporting an Imperial soldier, then I have to free the, if I see a group of Imperial soldiers transporting a prisoner, then I have to free the prisoner and kill them. much just having some... Okay, so what build do you want me to go for? And what game rules do you want me to have involved? And like what quest line do you want me to do first? Those are going to be the three
Told us
questions.
you were going to stop babbling. You just kept babbling.
I know, Dad, I cannot stop babbling right now.
Have another Mountain Dew.
I've got a Mountain Dew right here. I've been drinking it.
That explains it.
Anyways, so tell me what build you want me to go for. Tell me what rules you want to have in place in the game. One thing that I will not do is you have to play on a high difficulty, and if you die at all, then you lose the game and have to completely restart, because I don't play on higher difficulties very often, and when I do, it's my unarmed Khajiit, just because I can beat enemies in the face for their entire health bars in a single hit. And we would be resetting the series multiple times an episode if I had to restart completely whenever I died, because I die a lot when I'm on higher difficulties. I die a lot.
Okay.
So no, have to play on a higher difficulty. And if you die, then you restart. You guys could have me do a Skyrim roulette type thing, though, for the game rule. Like, I have to completely randomize everything. Vote down in the comments of this video. I'll probably make a separate video talking about Skyrim stuff in just a minute, too, just because I don't want you guys to sit through 42 minutes of recording just to get... Okay, comment down below what you want me to do for Skyrim. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you all in that video, which I'm gonna record really quickly right now. It'll be like a 5-minute video explaining everything with Skyrim, and then I'll see you in the Skyrim series. That one should be up probably even before this one is, because that one will be a lot shorter and take a lot less time to upload. Bye!